Hello everyone, my name is Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Dear Monster, which in the last episode we finished off our first route of the game. We finished off Farron, the crazy unicorn. Oh, we did it, we did it, we did it. Alright, I'm super happy we did that. And you get to see two endings actually. Yeah, we got his creepy yandere endings. Yeah, I'm glad I picked those. And I know they were creepy, but they're interesting. We got a lot of interesting lore out of those endings. So I hope you enjoyed them, even though they were the kind of bad endings. But they were honestly, I don't think they were the worst. I think there's one that's actually worse. But yeah, so now we will actually be starting someone else's route, and I'm excited. Like I told you guys, I'm really, really excited. Sprite animation, of course, off. Of course, it will be Erlen still. So of course, this is like pretty much gonna be the same at the beginning. It's before we lock ourselves into a person's route, it's pretty much the same for each time. The only differences will be based on our choices. There might be little minor details that might change, and if we choose to, interact with certain people or not. So we'll see. If there's anything different, or as we continue on, I might end up cutting out certain stuff, so we'll see. So for the first option, I'm thinking the first time around, because we were on Farron, I did not look into his eyes. This time, because I am pursuing my beloved Imbriss, we will at last look into his gorgeous, gorgeous golden eyes. Despite everything, I look into his eyes. They're amber, pupils constricted into narrow slits, like a cat's. Again, the air shimmers, then crackles with energy. A wave of need and longing slams into me, and I almost gasp. A second later, Farron claps his hands, and everything disappears into the light. I notice anger on his pretty face. It doesn't suit him. He's angry because we're already rejecting him. Too bad, Farron. Not your time. We've been there, done that. Rejected. Yeah, look at that face. He's like, no! Alan, no! No, don't choose him over me. No. Farron, no. Bad unicorn, bad. I'm free again. Imbriss stands next to me, but Farron is between us, facing him. Please, do not make me use violence again. I'm not fond of such primitive methods. What was that? To be completely honest, nothing special. It is but a simple spell. Do not feel bad. I'm sure you would be able to overcome anything I could conjure. You were simply bewildered. Otherwise... What? No, not your pathetic excuse for magic. I'm talking about the human. Don't you feel that? They all look at me. Imbriss growls, then averts his gaze. Momo tilts his head with interest, and even Hikmet looks somewhat less bored. Farron has tears in his eyes. I think they're tears of joy. I don't understand what's happening, but then I feel it again, just like in the dream, and when I locked eyes with Farron for the first time. Okay, I think this is the same, so... yeah. All the same. So, here, last time, we were friendly and let him lead the way. This time we're gonna be nice and distant. Actually, can you just give me directions? I will find my way. Thank you. He's like, oh. Heh. No thanks. Don't want nothing to do with you. His smile falters, but he gives me directions anyway. Soon, I arrive at the place. Alright. Look around. Should be the same. Looks like he fell down. How he melted into the floor. This is going to be... who? I think it was the funny interaction with Momo? Which I don't think we need. It was funny, but I don't think we really need it. So at this point, because we've seen it already, it's not a good time. Couldn't it wait? Well, I'm not going to force the food on you. I'll leave it on the table next to the door. I stand up, wait a moment, and open the door. Momo's gone, but there's a silver platter with an omelet and a glass of juice awaiting me. I take it to the room and start eating. It's delicious. See, we can be really antisocial if we want to. I mean, it was a cute interaction, but it's really not necessary. Finish my food and sit on the edge of the bed. Try to call the university, but can't get a signal. Does the barrier disrupt radio waves somehow? Alright, so this is where we can start bonding with whoever we want to bond with. So this is where there's one person whose name is not here. So obviously, since we're going after Imbriss, we're gonna go alone. And, alone is not really alone. Lonely tour it is. Got any idea where you want to go? I want to find out more about my family, you know? My grandpa. I still feel like I don't know anything about him. Say no more. I go through the corridors, counting doors as I pass by. I don't want to walk into something crazy. At least not yet. Finally, I arrive at what I hope is my destination. Alright, there's the study again. Hey, what's up, babe? How you doing? See, alone is not really alone. Fucking walk inside or go away. Just stop staring like you've seen a ghost. I should go. This guy is dangerous. Except what I felt when I looked into his eyes was far stronger than any kind of fear. How can I be sure you won't attack me again? I have much more important things to do right now, human. Besides, I changed my mind. I'll keep you alive. For now. Elon's like, great. Okay, I didn't expect to find anybody here, especially not you. What are you doing in Grandpa's study? What does it look like? Searching for clues. He must have left some when he was running with his tail between his legs. Wow, I cannot read today. I think because I did a lot of reading today for work. It's end of month is when we are under pressure to get a lot of work done. There's like some kind of rule that we have to get all of our older stuff done by the end of month. So anything that's over X amount of days in the work queue, we have to get it out. So I had to like rush and get as much done as possible. So I was reading a lot. So I think that's why my mouth and my brain are just not connecting. So my eyes are like, ugh. So if you hear me stuttering and making a lot of mistakes, then that's totally why. I look around the room. Everything seems to be in perfect order. Even the creepy huge skull somehow fits in this rather cozy environment. It is a cool environment, though. It's interesting. Very detailed. I love the art in this game. It doesn't look like someone left in a hurry. Do you still believe that Grandpa somehow knew you'd show yourself and decided to flee? Why would he? He took you down once, didn't he? Watch your words, human.
I said I wouldn't kill you, but I can still make your skin sizzle for a bit. And this time, I don't see any unicorns to save you.
Hey, I surrender. I'm not delusional. You are clearly stronger than me.
You bet I am. Okay.
Yes, anyway, did you find anything useful? I also want to see Grandpa, you know.
Not yet. The old fart hid his secrets well. Ugh, enough of this. I think I've got a better idea how to find information.
He grabs books from the shelves and throws them on the ground. He mumbles to himself and goes to the desk. He knocks everything from it with one swift movement and smacks on wood a couple of times. What the? So, what I will say about Imbriss has a few paths, of course. I actually really like all of them. Legit. Like, even, like, his bad ones are, like, they're all really enjoyable. Even though, I will say Alan himself changes the most to me in all of them, because Imbriss is pretty consistent in all of them. Of course, the way Imbriss interacts with him is a little different in them. But the way Alan acts in them is interesting. But I like them because, I don't know, I just like seeing the way Alan becomes either more of like a traditional uke, or actually he can become like a BAMF uke, or he can become like more of the middle of the ground normal guy. You know, it's interesting. Like we've talked about before, how the protagonist is such a malleable character based on choices, you know? So for this route, what did I say I was gonna do? I think I said I'm looking for, more of like a normal route. So we're not going to like full-blown tough guy arrogant, which is more this one, I think. Because there's like a route where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be gung-ho just like you, tough guy, which is this one. Then there's like a more like timid, soft boy, which is, I do like that one, even though the way he treats him in this one is interesting. This one is probably better though, because this one you're more like a normal middle of the road, right? This is, I think, regular Alan. This is who he should be. Like, normal person, like, no, I'm not just gonna be a doormat, and I'm not gonna be your bro, like, just ride or die bro, like, yeah, let's do that, you know? He's like, no, I'm a normal person. Like, no, come on, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop immediately. Has some common sense. I like that he has some backbone in this one, so I do like this path a lot. He stops and glares at me. I gulp, but stand my ground. Yeah, Alan. Alan has balls in this one, so I like it.
What?
Even though I like the other paths too, I think this is a good choice. So I'm giving you guys, in my opinion, to make up for the last route, we're gonna just go for a good one here. How is that productive? We don't even know when he went missing. Anything that could help us track him down might be long gone. Do you really think you're going to find anything by trashing this place? Or are you just angry?
Angry? I'm always angry. What are you talking about? I'm a dragon, dude. Look at me. Do you even realize what it means to best a dragon? Enormous tributes and oceans of blood might not quell my rage.
But throwing a bunch of stuff on the ground will?
He's like, well, it's a start.
He's like, okay, how about you just go to therapy? Because therapy's like #1 best thing.
He's like, dragons don't go to therapy. What are you talking about?
Oh, Coco, we always talk about therapy. We always talk about therapy being like our #1 thing. I don't know if don't work for dragons, but you know what? Why not? Give it a shot. You never know, Imbriss. Therapy is for everybody.
He's like, I don't know, man. Maybe you're right. Maybe I do need to talk my feelings out. Everybody wants to, like, blame me for, like, stealing treasures and killing everybody, blowing the fires, you know, fire breath and stuff, but, like, they want to kill me and throw pitchforks at me and stuff, and they never ask how I'm doing, you know?
Oh.
Oh, fuck off. Do you have a better idea?
Methodically searching through the room section by section to get an idea of what Grandpa was doing before he disappeared. Or just to find out what kind of person he is. If you know someone, you can guess their motives better.
Too much time. Too much effort.
We stare at each other, air rippling with now familiar energy. He can frown all he wants. I see in his eyes that he knows I'm right. I start to collect things from the floor. He doesn't help me, but he doesn't stop me either. He's probably checking out your ass.
It's probably like, yeah, I could totally break that butt right there. He's like, yeah, it's a nice butt. Nice butt.
We search through every book, every drawer, every nook and cranny. Oh my god, Miles Edgeworth, are you in this game? Oh my god, every nook and cranny. Soon, my confidence starts to fade away. I don't understand much of the volumes I glance at. They are full of spells, ritual circles, and astrology notes. It's much more complicated than I hoped. In the end, I take one handwritten journal. So in the end... Sorry, Sakura. Sakura from Danganronpa. It's just some poems, but maybe I could read it later.
That idea worked really fucking well, human.
I don't need sass from you, sir. Well, at least we tried. Changing the subject, you said before that all of this is my fault? Something about the familiar call? What did you mean?
Nah, I might have overreacted. I don't think being a familiar would be such a bad deal.
But what does it even mean, being a familiar?
You're really fucking clueless, aren't you?
Well, excuse me for having had a normal life completely devoid of magic up to this point. And I do know the general definition. I used to be into fantasy and stuff a long time ago, but I don't know if what I read in fiction books matches the truth.
Alright, I'll tell you. For me, it's having a wizard buddy who thinks that they're strong enough to keep up with a dragon. It would be fun to show him, I mean you, why I'm superior in every possible way. Look at that smug little face. It's kinda cute though. He has a lot of cute faces. Also, we'd both get more powerful. The wizard gathers energy both through his own and familiar's body. The familiar helps him channel it. The familiar also gains access to the wizard's true potential. With that, I could even freeze my enemies. Me, the red dragon.
I see. So actually, I had said in a like one of the past couple episodes, the ending, I was like, oh, I don't know how Farron could have defeated his friends because they're all really strong, right? And Sign brought up a great point that because Farron was bonded to Alan, it makes sense that Farron was much stronger because he had access to Alan's power and through the familiar bond. And that right there just really summarized it really well, and that totally makes sense, and I didn't even think of that. So kudos to you, Sign. I think you're totally right that has to have been it. But like, damn, what a super powerful boost to be able to defeat all three of them, you know?
Those poor guys. They didn't stand a chance, I guess.
I nod. I didn't think he'd explain it properly.
It's fun. Ooh, excuse me. It's fun because it's a constant power struggle. You could try to drain me, not that you'd ever succeed, but if I wanted to make you my puppet, that's a different story. There's also this part with being emotionally connected somehow, but whatever, it's not important. We just hang out, burn down enemies, and fuck. That's all he sees it as. Sure. What do you think, human? I'm sure you would love to ride a dragon.
Wait, what? No, not important right now. Listen, I have no idea how to gather this energy in the first place, and we don't even know if I'm a wizard either.
For fuck's sake, we all felt that. You tried to connect with me and the irrelevant trio outside like 3 hours ago.
I tried? The way I felt it, it was pretty mutual. I just don't understand.
You know what? I don't care. Maybe it's just an act, or maybe you are a powerless grub. I have a real wizard to find anyway.
He goes away, but stops by the exit.
You coming or what?
Can I? Sure. I'm going. We go downstairs. I follow Imbriss, although I'm not sure if he has a better idea of the mansion's layout than me. He opens the door on the opposite side of the kitchen and we walk downstairs. It gets colder as we descend. The stairs lead to a dark stone tunnel. Suddenly the torches ignite and I can see again.
Seems like a good place to hide shit.
Or to hide yourself, I guess.
You're finally thinking like you should have from the beginning.
No, I didn't mean Grandpa. This place seems like it would make a good bunker, just in case.
In case of what?
I don't know. Dragon attack?
Huh! Do you believe that mere stone walls would be enough to shelter yourself from a dragon's breath? I could melt them in seconds.
Could you?
You dare to doubt me, human? Fire from my lungs is one of the most powerful weapons in my arsenal. Are humans really so pathetic here that they don't even have ways of dealing with obstacles?
Unless I can go to Walmart, I have only my fists and the Encyclopedia of Medicine. It weighs a ton.
Interesting weapon of choice. Never heard of that. Somebody's coming.
What? Where? He's right. I hear footsteps. What have I gotten myself into this time? We stop. Hikmat glances at us as he passes by, but doesn't say anything. He's a couple of steps behind us when I hear him mumble. Distractions. Distractions everywhere.
This guy gives me the creeps.
Did I hear correctly? The Great Red Dragon is afraid of something?
Watch your mouth, human. I'm not afraid. He's just fucking weird. Don't you tell me you don't feel the same way.
No, I think he's really hot. See? Even Alan's like, well, actually. I don't know. He has this peculiar vibe, but I'd say it's kind of fascinating.
I knew it. That stupid familiar call made you want to jump his bones. What are you, into corpses?
Oh, you're just jealous. You're jealous because you know he's like the next one that I'm totally into. Oh, Imbriss. You know I love you. I mean, I love him too, but I could totally share. I love you both. Come on. You were willing to have a threesome with Farron of all people. What do you mean?
He has a death trail behind him, like a shadow dragon.
What's a...
Nasty fuckers. Feed off souls and misery. Hoard bones instead of treasure.
I shiver. I don't think Hikmat's like that. We get a little hint about Hikmat, finally! Hikmat, my darling, you must wait just a little longer, I'm sorry. I get to a wooden door that looks like it was taken straight from a medieval castle. We go inside. Back here again. The stone chamber is relatively small and empty. Apart from a human-sized metal cage in the middle, I approach it. Looks solid. Why would Grandpa keep something like that in his basement? Or rather, in his dungeon. Did he keep people here? Why would he? I open the door and it squeaks like it was in pain. Oh! Suddenly, I feel a violent push and stumble inside the cage. Imbriss closes the door behind me and bares his fangs in a wide grin. Oh no. Oh, Alan. A bit naive of you to just open the door. What the heck?
This cage seems to be made of iron mixed with silver. You can cast your spells all you want. None of it will do a thing.
Dude, I am not a wizard. I can't cast a spell to save my life. In this case, literally. Let me go. I hear the panic in my voice, so I try to at least produce a good glare.
Shut the fuck up. I don't believe you. How can I be sure that all of this is not just some act? Some trickery to save the wizard from my wrath?
I just came here today.
I didn't give you permission to speak. You coincidentally show yourself in the mansion the day I chose to attack. You'll probably just help your beloved grandpa the moment we find him. Is that your plan? To stab me in the back?
No, it's not. I don't know why we ended up here on the same day, but you must believe me. I don't know anything about this world. I'm only here on invitation. I just wanted to visit for one day. One. And then go straight to med school. I didn't expect it to turn my life upside down.
No, this doesn't add up. The old fart invites you and fucking disappears a couple of days later. Maybe you lived here all along, and this is all just a ploy to make you look harmless. Maybe you and the minions are biding your time, waiting to strike.
No, I live with my aunt. She never told me about any of this. I didn't even have the guts to tell her I came here.
So you're saying that you're just an ordinary human who happens to be related to one of the most powerful mages in decades? Why are you worthy of my time, then? Why shouldn't I just leave you here to fucking rot?
Uh-oh. Alright, so... I believe... for this path that we have to be a little more smart, right? We have to play it cool. Don't underestimate me. I could be helpful. Firstly, I'm helping you look for someone you want to find. Because we didn't want to be too desperate and pathetic. And we also didn't want to be too callous and like, I don't care, right? We have a common goal. Secondly, maybe I don't look like it, but I'm quite knowledgeable. Perhaps you'll need somebody with information about this world. And you might think you're better than everyone else, but you clearly enjoy talking with someone. Admit it. He looks at me for a second, and then barks a quick laugh. He opens the cage. See? You played it cool, calm, collected, and he liked that.
Nah, human. I'm just messing with you. I've believed you ever since I saw you in the study room. It's just amusing to watch your face when you squirm.
That wasn't funny. You can't do that to people.
Who's going to stop me? Come on. Lots more ground to cover.
I like that unimpressed glare he gives him. He's like, I ain't gonna put up with your bullshit much longer. Once we're bonded, this kind of behavior is gonna be put to an end, for sure. You go, Alan. You're gonna have to tame this wild man. And I'm looking forward to it. He walks out of the room. Why am I even following him? It's because of that weird familiar call. But even if the air between us didn't ripple with energy, I don't think I would dislike him. Am I developing some kind of masochistic streak? At least Alan is more self-aware here. We visit several rooms and they all seem weirder than the other. We go through a room where everything is upside down, one with only a stone arch, and one full of jars with various small animals. I promise myself not to be weirded out anymore, and then we open a door with only fog inside. No floor, no walls, fog. Alright, I think this is actually a good spot to leave this at. Wait, what? This is at 5. It's kind of confusing to leave that there, but anyway, we're going to leave that there. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. Now we have finally begun Imbriss's route. He's a... right now he's a little too cocky and arrogant and thinks he's all that, but you know how these things go. We gotta give it time. And like I said, I'm choosing a route where we're not just gonna suck up to him. We're not gonna be a pushover. We're gonna do what we gotta do to set things right this time. So have high hopes for this one. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying this, and until next time, have a nice day. Bye bye.